The evening started quietly, just the two of us at home. The city hummed softly outside, and the faint scent of dinner lingered in the kitchen. I sensed the tension long before she spoke. A subtle shift in her tone I knew all too well. She had been distant for days, glued to her phone, laughing more lightly when I wasn't around. Now she leaned against the doorway, biting her lip, eyes locked on mine. "It's just one night," she said. Her words sounded casual, almost careless, but a chill ran down my spine. I didn't answer right away. I simply stared at her, letting the silence stretch, letting her feel the weight of the moment. The room seemed smaller, the shadows deeper. "Just one night," she repeated, trying to make it sound harmless, like a fleeting thrill that wouldn't matter. But I knew better. I had seen the signs. Secret glances, late-night texts, the faint trace of someone else's cologne lingering on her clothes. One night, to her, it might have been fleeting. To me, it meant a lifetime of trust broken in a single moment. Her eyes searched mine, expecting perhaps a shrug, a laugh, anything to let her off the hook. I could see the tension building, the struggle between excitement and guilt. Then I spoke, every word deliberate, slow, unyielding. "Then it's your last night here." The room fell silent. No response. Her panic flickered across her face as she realized she had misjudged me, misjudged how much I valued the life we built. She stepped closer, reaching for my arm, but I pulled back slightly. My heart pounded, not with anger, but a mixture of grief and resolve. "You think one night won't matter?" I asked quietly, voice low but firm. "One night is all it takes to destroy everything we worked for, everything I trusted you with." Her lips parted, searching for an excuse, but nothing came. She had expected forgiveness, a shrug, a joke. Instead, she met certainty, a calm stronger than any shout or threat. She laughed nervously, a sound that grated against the tension in the room. "It's not like that," she whispered, trying to rationalize, to explain, but I saw through it. I had spent years watching her, learning her patterns. This was familiar, the excuses, the casual dismissal, the assumption I would bend. But I wasn't bending. Not now. "It doesn't matter what you call it," I said. "One night is enough to end us if you choose it." Her hands trembled as she stepped back, defenses crumbling. The air between us was heavy, thick with unspoken words and broken assumptions. I watched her wrestle with herself, caught between desire and fear, between a fleeting thrill and the weight of consequences. And in that instant, I knew my decision had been made long before she spoke. Trust, once broken, leaves no room for negotiation, no space for casual fixes. I held her gaze, steady, unyielding. The silence stretched taut, ready to snap. She opened her mouth to protest, to plead, to try one last manipulation, but I stopped her with a look that said everything words could not. My life, my heart, my peace, none of it was a gamble. "You've had your chance," I said softly, the finality in my voice like a verdict. The realization hit her like a physical blow. She swallowed, color draining, excitement replaced by dawning horror. No yelling, no threats, just calm, measured resolve. And that calm was far more terrifying than anything she had imagined. I wasn't angry. I was done. The clock ticked in the background, each second marking the inevitability of her departure. She looked around the room as if seeing for the first time, seeing the life she was about to walk away from. And in her eyes, I saw regret, but it was too little, too late. I had learned long ago that actions, not apologies, define people. Tonight, her actions spoke louder than any words ever could. I moved past her to the bedroom, calmly gathering a few essentials. She followed, voice barely above a whisper. "Please don't do this," she said, desperation creeping in. I didn't answer. My movements were deliberate, methodical, reflecting the clarity of a decision I had made days ago, waiting for this moment. The silence said everything. Love without trust isn't enough. By the time she realized I wouldn't change my mind, it was too late. Her options had vanished, not through force, but through the quiet, unyielding certainty of someone who knew their worth. I left her in the bedroom for a moment, letting reality settle, the weight of her choices pressing down like a tangible force. When I finally closed the door behind me, the apartment felt different, cleaner, quieter, free of months of tension. I knew she would leave, likely in tears. I didn't wait to watch. Her departure was inevitable. My life was intact, my dignity preserved. In that calm, collected moment, I understood that the most powerful actions are often those taken without anger, without drama, with unwavering clarity. By sunrise, she was gone. The apartment smelled faintly of wine and perfume, but no longer carried her presence. I stood by the window, watching the city wake, feeling the weight and the freedom of choices made with conviction. Her one night had ended, and with it, the chapter of my life that allowed someone else's fleeting thrill to threaten my peace. I acted not out of vengeance, but out of self-respect, and that, more than anything, made me stronger